the New York Jets taking on the Tennessee Titans. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. And in fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Here's Fields. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Jets are going to get a new set of downs.
First down. A gain of 27 on the play.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
Here we go, son.
Fields now to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 19. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now with a play clock at 4, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. He's got Smith here. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
First down. 1st and goal, Jets.
Here we go.
They'll run with Robinson. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
To throw is Fields. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And this one too low.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Well, a quick throw there it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And his kick is good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And bulldozing his way through. And he's going to take this all the way down inside the 40.
But that seems a little devil-may-care there, doesn't it? They gave up 3 points, but how about them coming right back and putting themselves in a position to get points of their own?
Ready? 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Let's go.
Off the play fake, Ward. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision, a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
No.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
At the 23-yard line.
Here's Pollard again. And a short gain here, down to the 22. They'll come to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
18 rattle.
3rd down and 9.
Here's Ward. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And that is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Don't jump. Ready? Go.
Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Titan defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Inside the 20. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week.
And it's a Titans touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
At the 42-yard line.
Now 2nd and 3. Robinson, he'll try the left side. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
It's a gain of 11. And the Jets, first down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2.
Here we go, son.
Out of the gun, Fields. So they get a traffic there, and that's complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. That's good for the Jets. First down. 2 yards on the play.
A give left side to Robinson. A strong run. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Now it's Fields. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 more yards there and another first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Arian Smith, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Jets have retaken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Titans had 0-3 here to begin the campaign. And you hate to have to say it this early in the season, but getting close to must-win time, is it not?
And I totally understand why you expressed it that way because it's so early in the season, it feels like hyperbole. But I think you are spot on this one. Yes, there's still time to turn things around, but they've got to start to win right now if they have any hopes of trying to make the playoffs.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Pollard will take it up the gut. And he'll get this just inside the 40-yard line. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
From the gun, Ward. Short throw taken in by Okonkwo. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
At the 21-yard line.
70 Timberwolves.
To throw, here's Ward. And that is is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
60 vices. Ready.
Throwing is Ward. Cockrell holds it in left side. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Ready. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Now Ward. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. And it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And his kick is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Man, sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now Fields. There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
That's another Jets. First and 10.
Back to throw. Fields. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
First and goal, New York.
Here we go, son. Track.
From the gun, here's Fields. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Brings up second and goal.
Here we go. Right.
Off play action, Fields. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone. As the first
Touchdown, Jets! Mason Taylor as the first half is winding down. And the Jets have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Titans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. To throw is Ward. Swinging this out for Pollard. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
it. Bronco leading.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Past the 20. 5. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? And after that touchdown, we are just a PAT away from a tie game, and I know everyone's going to look at it and go, guess what? Tie game, all even, They just scored. If they kick this extra point and tie it, they're going to feel like they're the ones that are in control.
Chase McLaughlin set to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
Oh, big-time credit. What a play design there. They wanted to get him loose in the open field, and they succeeded. He had all sorts of room to operate in, and they finally track him down inside the 5-yard line.
This is caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left.
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
17.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Handoff now to Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 40-yard line.
Here's Fields. That's out wide here for Robinson. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
That's to his running back, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Throwing again is Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 21-yard line.
One play action, Fields. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Here we go.
Here's Fields. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6.
Here we go, son.
Fields now to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Trenton Irwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will tie us at 24. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. But a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the 3rd quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first 2 drives of the 3rd quarter, 1 for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And a scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. They're in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Ward. That's dumped off to Pollard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
The 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now, Ward. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
Ready?
From the gun, here's Ward. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Warriors 70. Ready?
Ward to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Fields. We'll see if they can grab the lead. Either way, what a job their defense did to force the turnover on downs to set up this opportunity.
It's a gain of 9.
Second down and a yard.
At the 45-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Here we go, Snipe.
To throw is Fields. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Play fake. Here's Ward. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
68 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
Buffalo 18.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Ready.
Play action. It's Ward. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Chimere Dike. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Titans have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead.
31. Jets 24.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. That burst good for 20 and a first down. And what do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind that it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still, some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They go play action with Ward. That is intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Jets are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's second and a yard.
Here we go.
All eyes on Fields. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Fields. He'll try to pick it up himself. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. From the left side, it's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Yes, down by a touchdown. They needed a big play here quickly, and they got one. And now, plenty of time. No need to panic, but you do need to move quickly.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
This is why a lot of play callers love play action in this spot. You just want to freeze the linebackers just for a second. Then you got a chance to get a quick pass into your tight end right behind them for a touchdown.
Here we go, guys. Go.
Now Fields. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A loss of 9 on the play.
They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.